I need to talk about windmills.
Late to the party. I don't know. I don't have an intro.
A lot of people I know growing up had a lot of adversity to windmills. There's a lot of negativity, a lot of like fear around it, which is strange because I grew up near close enough to windmill farms that it's not like it was the like craziest thing to see. Like it was like once in a while, maybe once or twice a year. But when you drove north in Michigan, you see windmills. So there was this misinformation case. Okay, there's this case study in 2011. This is the furthest back I could find it. There's a case study in 2011 in which a farmer supposed that maybe the reason that a couple calves were born with baby horses and cows were born with weird feet. Their ankles and like bones were misjointed. Their joints. It's called DIF or whatever. It's this whole thing. There's a study. It's really easy to research. I'm gonna link it because I need to show y'all. You just need to read. It's really frustrating. Misinformation is so obnoxious because one person will try to focus on something and then you'll see another person basically just do the opposite, but without the same amount of dedication and research. So there's a lot of research that is done for windmills and to make them more efficient and to make them better. This has been a constant thing. We've been upgrading windmills for thousands of years. So recently in history, how we have used windmills for energy, we made mass farms of them. And some farmers believe that those windmill farms are harming their animals. There's like some minor people. Basically, research studies are done and there's no proof or evidence, but people have feelings and emotions. And so they just start making assumptions because common sense can lead us to very easily think that we know how something works. But what I would like to say with these conversations is common sense doesn't mean you know how something works. It more is supposed to mean you understand how life works. Like you understand start, middle, end, and you understand how everything essentially takes that path. And you can, using your other knowledge in the world, use that common sense in order to make determinations and understand things that are happening. So this is one of those things where I just think that we're not scientists. We're not research studyists. We're not people who are we're not the ones that are making that, unless you are. And if you are, that is because you have researched it. You have taken the time to specifically dedicate yourself to that subject. And I think that we need to allow those people to be with that subject. So these windmill farms, one study done supposes, it does not claim, it does not state, it does not verify, it does not, like, there's no proof, but it supposes in the study that one of the reasons that these animals might be born with malformities in their ankles specifically is because of the low-grade frequencies and vibrations from the windmill. Several studies have been done since. In 2013, there was 2 studies done by the same school. In 2015, there was another study done, and recently in 2024, there was a study done. And then that original school was contacted, and their research group said that there is no evidence. There's no evidence. So why is it we still hold on to this belief, this claim, this idea that there is some harm? Because some people do. And for some odd reason, growing up in the country of Michigan, a lot of people do. A lot of people think that windmills are bad in like the ways that doesn't make sense. And so in ways windmills are bad, we can talk about. They waste a lot of plastic, they waste a lot of polymer, there's a spray they use on them, they kill a lot of birds. Okay, so that's four points. They waste a lot of plastic. One of those solutions is other countries, because they actually put research into this, other countries are using wood again, trying to test different woods, and they're trying to see if different woods are as effective or, you know, equally effective enough to be like the plastic. They're also using the plastic in recycling. They're using, in different parts of America and other countries, they are making children's playgrounds with the recycled plastic, like slides, and they're making, working on a bridge to make bridges across the world using this plastic. So it's essentially free bridges because all you have to do is get it there, right? And so there are solutions to that. And for the birds, in Sweden or Finland, one of the countries that uses a lot of windmills, they recently just did a study and painted their windmills black and actually found a 70% reduction in bird deaths. So this is one of those things where countries that care and actually want to put an effort to make the world a better place, they are putting in the research to find the solutions. Whereas America, and for some odd reason, our president is complaining about them and just trying to shut them down. And that is not how we get better. We do not get better by just shutting something down that we have evidence and proof that it works. We have other countries that literally, they literally power themselves for several days at a time on single windmills. Like this, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. No matter how much research and studies and how much proof there is, that we push it away to try to claim that these people, these windmills are not killing animals. They're not, they also literally, I've been doing so much research, so there's a lot of stuff going on in my brain. Over 1 billion birds die per year on buildings. Buildings. Flying into windows, flying into buildings. Under 500,000 die to the windmills. That is literally not 2 times more. That is 20 times more deaths. 200 times more deaths. I'm so tired. That is 2 billion birds and bats die because of buildings. And we're gonna act like 500,000 is some comparable number. Those numbers are so different. So different. 1 billion is a million millions. I don't know, what do you mean? Okay. I'm not gonna get into the billion talk. But basically, birds are not being killed by windmills, bats are not being killed by windmills in this exponential end of the apocalypse things. Also, avians are so much smarter than humans. They will avoid entire routes. Like, you do not understand. And there are research and studies, there are scientists, there are people who spend their lives dedicated to these subjects, and we need to give them the grace and the trust that what they are researching is for the betterment of humanity. And we need to understand that these people are not, seriously, think for just a second about your morality. If you were in that position and you understood this stuff, would you be doing things to hurt people? If your answer is yes, then you're not a person. Like, I don't know what to tell you. I think we should trust people a little bit because we're all humans, every single one of us. And if we just put forth a positive step, we can make better change. Like, why is it so hard? Why is it so hard? It's not about the fucking bad people. You can get rid of them when you trust that you can put people that you know in. When you actually put in the effort to research and study and pay attention to people, we can make change. We can, it's not impossible. Oh, it's so frustrating. So next time you hear someone talking about windmills and they start saying that windmills are killing birds or they're killing the horses and the cows and they're messing up their feet and their micro vibrations, just take a breath, and if they're the kind of person that are capable of a conversation, maybe just pull up one of the links in this episode and say, hey, it's an article, I found the article you probably read 15 years ago, and I found another 3 articles that verify that that's not true. I don't know how to get it through these people's heads, because when people get fear in their heads, they do not get it out. Fear does not come out of your head easily. But there is scientific, mathematical fact, and then there is fear-based opinion. And they're not the same. They are not the same. It's hard to have these conversations with people who disagree, because those people are disagreeing with facts and evidence and research-based studies, and it feels impossible. It literally feels like a brick wall. No matter how patient, no matter how calm, no matter how funny, I can literally pull up the funny quips and try to be humorous about it, and yet still there will be some fucking argument where you don't even know, you don't even understand, you don't even pay attention, as if I'm not on this shit more. I literally am constantly on the news. I'm constantly I'm reading. I'm trying to understand. I'm building my information database. I do so much reading on so many scholars and studies, and I'm not a scientist, but I am doing things to try to develop my common knowledge and my common sense, so that way I can understand the world more than just a basic give it up to some objective being that I don't have to worry about. Like I would rather try to know things. And so it's really frustrating to spend my life working up information, gaining knowledge. And when I try to bring that to people and help people learn things, I'm shut down with some fucking 2011 study that wasn't even claiming what it says. It was literally saying it's a possibility. It wasn't a claim of the study. It's so frustrating. And I don't want to get upset at people, but like literally I can't finish that sentence in a normal conversation, because if you try to do that to someone who disagrees with you, they will go off the fucking rails. They will implode because they cannot comprehend the fact that you're not arguing just because you disagree with them. You're just bringing up other evidence. Like I don't care. I have no judgment or fucking, I don't care. There's just like factual correct things and then fear-based opinions. And I'm so tired of fear-based opinions being what runs what's supposed to be the greatest country in America. We can't be the greatest if we're all fearing things and then running around worrying about what's gonna happen and then allowing things that are 1,000 times worse. Fuel kills so many more animals. Gasoline literally burns birds in the air, fucking falls from the sky. The toxic chemicals in our water, in the ground that the birds drink from is killing more birds than you can even comprehend. But we have been doing it for so long that the frog has been boiled in the pot. We are the frog looking at gasoline, thinking it's some magical thing when gasoline has literally been the destruction of our nation. It has burned away our natural grounds. It has destroyed things. We have literally lost so much because of the attempt and the cost and the need to get oil. It's so frustrating. It doesn't matter if renewable energies waste a little bit of things now, because we have literally killed our planet. We are on the tipping scale and on the other side of it. And the best case scenario is we try to balance it out, because there's no way we get it back to positive at this point. Like, we are literally living in a wasteland that we created because of gasoline, because of this obsession. It's so frustrating. It's so frustrating. And we have scientists, we have people who spend their lives researching this, and literally all the scientists agree, and then politicians and fucking money gets to disagree. It's so fucking annoying. Money should not be allowed to determine science. Like, ugh. Anyways, I am rambling because I'm so frustrated, and I've been doing so much research this morning. This is Osmodeus, Ozzy. She's the prettiest girl in the tank. Actually, there's a beautiful fish in there. But anyways, that's all. Late to the party, y'all. But I hope you have a good one. Let me know what you think. Have you heard this shit about windmills? Have you, like, do you still hear people talk about these rumors and, like, the unsubstantiated claims of cleft feet in horses? I just, growing up in the country, there's a lot of stuff I didn't know, but I learned, and now it feels like going back, there's, like, a lapse of knowledge that cannot be spoken in a conversation. I don't want to know experiences. So like, share, subscribe, hit the comments. I don't know. Give me your favorite letter of the alphabet. Just nothing else in the comment. Just the favorite letter of the alphabet. Cool.